Any more coffee there, Bert?
Maybe a drop. But, Robert, I think you should get some sleep. We both should.
No, not while I know that Holly could be lying dead out.
Oh, come on.
Yes. Scorpio. Luke! Hey, mate, good to hear your voice. Yeah. You what? Son? Yeah, of course. Sure. Hey, look. Yeah, I'll tell Holly. She'll be real happy for both of you. Yeah. Good news. My love to Laura. Bye. Luke and Laura had a son.
Yeah, I heard. That's great.
Yeah. Great.
You, didn't tell him about Holly.
How could I? He'd be on the next plane out here. Too many people are in danger from this mess already.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it wouldn't have been fair.
Is my wife dead, Bert?
Robert, don't talk like that.
I mean, I'd know it, wouldn't I? I mean, I'd know if she were dead. Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay, what do you got?
Well, Morgan left the hospital ship yesterday. Nobody knows where to reach him.
That figures. Saw a closed-up Donnelly shipping office and skipped town.
Looks like it's all coming down then.
Yeah. They all disappeared yesterday. And you can bet that wherever they meet, Sean and Anna, that's where the treasure is, and possibly my wife as well.
It's too bad you're out of range of that homing device.
Yeah. I lost them once they left the 300-mile range. By the time we got to our plane, I'd lost her.
What direction were they heading?
West, then they changed to south, and then east for a while. That's when I lost the signal.
You know, it's almost like Sean is stalling, going around in circles.
He probably is. How are you making out with those FAA reports? Any indication where the helicopter could have landed?
No, nothing yet. We're still waiting for a call. Robert, are you sure it was Holly you heard? You could have been mistaken.
No mistake, Bert. That was Holly. And Prescott's got her.
I'll get her.
Yeah. Oh, here's the package you wanted, Captain Ramsey.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Is there anything else I can do?
Yeah, why don't you get us some breakfast? Oh, and be sure you get me some milk, huh? Thanks. Here's what you wanted, Robbie. Copies of Sean's cellular phone bills.
Let's have a look.
You know, that wasn't easy to get. The bills are made up in a bank in Illinois, and I had to wake up the manager to get those copies so fast.
Send him some flowers. Wait a minute. What's this? There's no numbers listed here.
Oh, yeah, you know, that's right. The customer has the right to request that no outgoing calls be listed.
Damn it, how do I know which call was made to Prescott?
Well, even if we did, even if we knew, how could we find out where he was when Sean called without area codes?
Maybe. We've got date, we've got times, and we've got the amount charged.
Those bills aren't going to help us a bit.
Maybe. Maybe not. Distance. These charges, they'd be made according to distance, right?
Yeah, they usually are.
Well, look. Each of the calls gets progressively more expensive.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Sean was traveling south on that train when he called.
True, except
Yeah?
there were 2 calls made here, both at night and both on the same date.
Yeah, at night, so.
One for $12.40, another one for $16.20.
Yeah, well, Robert, I
But
still don't...
listen, on both of those nights, we were staying at a hotel. There was no traveling made. Now, whoever did the traveling, it had to be Prescott. Scorpio.
Robert, it's Grant. Have you had any news about Holly?
We're still trying to put the pieces together.
I'm at the hospital right now. I'll get over there just as quickly as I check with my office.
Tell me exactly what Sean said.
He said, don't talk, just listen. And then he said, get the crown and wait for further instructions.
Did he say when he'd call back, we might be able to put a trace on the call?
No, he just said someone would call later this afternoon or tonight.
She's supposed to wait in her room for the call, and they'll tell her where to deliver the crown.
Robert, he said if I don't do it, Anna would die.
Do you think he discovered the homing device?
Possibly. I sort of half expected this. Sean believes that he can't sell the treasure unless it's complete, thanks to our telegram.
And he's got everything but the crown.
What do I do when the call comes in?
I've got a plan in mind, but I'll fill you in later.
Still no signal from Anna's homing device?
Nothing since last night.
I did get a report on the helicopter that Sean chartered. It landed in Albany.
Albany?
Yeah.
Well, then you have some idea as to where they are.
All we know is they went to Albany from Love's Hope, got off the chopper and disappeared.
In what direction?
Oh, that's a good question.
The only thing we know for sure is that they didn't take a plane or any other public conveyance out of the area.
Yeah, well, at least we know it's Albany. We can start looking from there. Like, did they rent a car or something?
We're checking that.
What about Holly? Have you heard anything?
No. But it's all tied together. If Prescott's got Holly and the treasure, sooner or later, he's got to connect with Sean.
After he gets the crown.
Felicia, when Sean called you and said you'd be contacted, could you tell whether Sean was calling from a payphone? Did you hear anything that might give us an idea of where he was?
No, I couldn't tell.
One thing we know for sure. Sean won't leave the country until he gets the crown.
Yeah, and with Morgan and Sora's disappearance, it certainly points to that treasure being sold very soon.
Right. But I don't think it's going to be sold in either Hong Kong or Switzerland.
Hong Kong, Switzerland? What do you mean? Wu has houses there?
He's also got a place in New York, and he's got one in Canada. Now, I got a call into a Lieutenant Murphy in New York who is at this moment trying to trace Wu's New York address. Let me get that. Come in, man.
Thanks, Robert. Hi, guys. Anything new about Holly?
No. We're going over Sean's cellular phone number accounts at the moment. However, they don't list the number of outgoing calls. Now, we know that he contacted Prescott, and he's probably on the move. Prescott was traveling away from the wedding train.
Here, take a look, man.
Thanks. How about Dana and the homing device? Still no signal?
No, nothing. Felicia here had a call from Sean. He wants her to deliver the crown.
To him personally?
No, he said someone would contact me later.
Good. Good. You set up that meeting, and then we follow whoever it is who picks up the crown right back to Donnelly.
Look, I don't like the idea of using Felicia as a decoy.
Now, don't worry, Frisco. Robert has a plan that will delay handing over the crown until we get some lead on where Holly is. You want to give him the plan now, Robert? Robert, what's the matter?
I don't know. Something's bothering me. Something I think I've missed.
What is it?
It'll come to me. It's right there. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Damn it. This homing device would save us a whole lot of trouble if we could pinpoint where Anna is.
All right. If this is what they charge per mile, that means the call would have originated approximately 40 miles away.
Yeah, and this is where Sean was calling from.
So that means the call either went here, here, here.
Depending on whether Prescott was headed for New York or Canada.
Which way the choice?
Scorpio.
Commissioner, Lieutenant Murphy here.
Yes, Lieutenant. What have you got for me?
Well, we checked out your man Wu's New York place. It's a co-op on East 65th Street.
What'd you find?
Well, not much. We talked to the doorman. He said he's been collecting the mail, but nobody's been in residence for some time.
Okay. Can you give me a 24-hour surveillance on the place?
You got it.
I want to know the moment anyone appears near that apartment.
Anything else?
Do you think you can track down Mr. Wu's Canadian home?
Well, we can try. I'll get back to you.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Well, anything?
Well, Wu's not in New York, and they're trying to locate where he lives in Canada.
We're still trying to figure out how Prescott was traveling.
Well, if he has the treasure, it's probably by truck.
Or train.
What do you mean?
one thing I've been trying to figure out, the one thing that's been bugging me. When I heard Holly scream, I was so shocked it didn't register. But now I remember. When Prescott answered, I heard something in the background. It was a train whistle. Could Prescott have been travelling north by train while we're travelling south?
As a diversion for what Donnelly was up to.
Maybe the wedding train was a diversion. Bert.
Yeah.
Get on the phone. I want you to check all of the train routes from New York going through New England on their way to Canada, all right?
Right. Get right on it.
Maybe. Just maybe 2 Pullmans were bought.
You know, Robert, that would make an awful lot of sense. I have been going crazy trying to figure out how I saw the treasure sealed in the floor of a Pullman, saw it covered with linoleum and then carpeting, and then had it suddenly disappear.
Maybe it was a different car.
Right. I feel like a damn fool that I didn't think of that sooner.
Me too. What I still can't figure out is why they took Holly.
Robert, maybe he wanted to use her as some sort of insurance. That way he could make a trade with Holly for the crown.
I don't think even Sean would stoop that low.
You know, Robert, maybe it was just a case of Holly being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Here's me thinking that all this time she's been brooding over our marriage.
We're going to find her, Robert.
Robert, I put a call on all the railroads. If an antique Pullman car goes on any of the routes into Canada, we'll hear.
You still haven't told us what you want us to do when that call comes in.
I haven't. Just let me make one call, and all will be revealed. Yeah, Lieutenant Murphy, it's Scorpio again. Okay, listen, I'm taking the shuttle to New York. I think I've got a clue as to where my wife could be.
Henry sent this over from impound, Captain.
Okay, thanks, John. Okay, Robert, here it is.
Okay. Thank you. Now, let's go over the plans one more time. Bert, you will take this crown and put it in the safe deposit box when you leave.
Right.
Grant will go with you as insurance.
Right.
All right. Do not take any calls today. Wait until tonight to answer the phone. Remember, the most important thing is to delay anything. You've got to give me time to find Holly.
What if he wants to know why I didn't take the crown out of the bank today?
Tell him you couldn't risk having it in your room.
You were waiting for a definite meeting to be set up.
And if he calls tomorrow, do we do the same thing?
Right. Just don't answer the phone until it's too late to get to the safety deposit box.
Wait a minute. Sean wants her to meet this guy alone. Now, there's no way in hell I'm going to let her go alone, Robert.
I don't intend to do that either, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. In the meantime, go along with whatever this guy says. Anything. We don't want to give him cause to bolt and run, because he is going to ultimately lead us to Sean if Anna's homing device fails.
That's right. The longer you can keep him on a string, the more time we're going to be able to delay Sean selling the treasure.
And the more time I'm going to have to find Holly. Now, do we have it all?
I think so.
Frisco, how's your karate coming along?
Well, my boxing's better.
All right. I better get going. I'm going to catch that shuttle. Don't panic.
I'll try not.
We'll hold up our end, Robert.
I've got confidence in both of you. Remember, Grant and Bert are backing you up.
Good luck, Robert.
I'll be in touch with everyone. The more time I have, is the more time I've got to find Holly. And ultimately, the more time I'm going to have to find Sean and this wretched treasure.
Helicopter search of all train routes leading to the Canadian border.
Tell them you're looking for an antique Pullman.
Yeah, we're looking for an antique Pullman, probably traveling only at night. That's right, illegally. Well, the state police say the helicopters are on their way.
Good. Any sign of any activity at Wu's apartment?
No, nothing.
What about his Canadian address?
Well, our men are working on it, but I got a feeling this guy likes to keep a low profile.
I bet you're right. However, I reckon that Donnelly and the treasurer are heading in that direction, and probably my wife.
Well, that reminds me. I put in a call to a special operator. She's a relay for cellular phone calls. Now, we had a call just about the time your wife disappeared. The operator said it was a distress call from a cellular phone.
Did she get a name, or maybe where the call came from?
Well, we'll get all that information when she calls back. Now, I just put it together today, but I think it could be your wife. Lieutenant Murphy here. Oh, yeah, operator, thanks for calling back so quickly. Yeah, look, I'm going to put you on with Commissioner Scorpio. Here.
Thank you. Yeah, this is Commissioner Scorpio. Look, I understand that you reported a distress call on the 26th.
Uh-huh, I have the records right here.
Can you tell me about it?
It was a woman. She sounded desperate. But before I could get any information, we were disconnected.
Can you recall anything about the woman's voice? Maybe, did she have an accent?
She sounded British.
Do you have any idea of where the call might have come from?
Well, it had to have been within a 100-mile radius of Rochester.
Why's that?
That's the area my relay system operates.
I see. Okay, thank you. You've been very helpful.
Well, what do you think?
I think we're on the right track. The description fits Holly, and she was certainly in the vicinity of Rochester. Now, look, I'd like to put out calls to every station on the Canadian route. Let's get all the information we can. Somebody's got to send that woman.
Okay, I'll get my men right on it.
I'll wait.
Excuse me. Kelly?
Ruby, this is Robert. I'm trying to reach Frisco.
Oh, sure, he's right here. Hang on just a minute. Frisco, Robert Scorpio for you.
Great. Thanks, Ruby.
There you go.
Right. We found anything else?
Nothing definite, but we're getting closer. Now, what's happening on your end? Any calls?
No. No one's called here, and we haven't been to Felicia's room.
Did you get the crown put away?
Mm-hmm. Safe and sound, and I have the key to the safe deposit box.
Good. Now, just make sure you don't answer Felicia's phone until tonight.
No, don't worry, Robert. We're not going to let you down.
All right. I'm going to stay right here until I've heard something. Now, the state police are doing a helicopter search for the train.
You know where to find us if you hear anything.
Be careful, will you?
Yeah. Hey, listen, good luck.
Bucks Bridge? Where the hell is that? Oh, okay. What else you got? Thayer Corner. Now, where is that?
Don't worry, I found it.
Never mind. Now, what else have you got? Okay, keep working on it. Call me back. Did you find Bucks Bridge?
Right here.
Well, a man in Bucks Bridge says he saw an old-fashioned Pullman off on a siding. But it looked like it was abandoned.
What about Thayer's Corners?
Well, a farmer in Thayer's Corner said that he saw an old Pullman chugging through there in the middle of the night.
Is that it?
Well, that's all we came up with so far.
And the woman thinks she saw a funny train in DeKalb. You know, it's all starting to fit together. DeKalb, to Bucks Bridge, to Thayer's Corners. Now, they all go through Rochester in a straight line, straight to the Canadian border.
Well, then we shouldn't have too much trouble with the helicopters picking them up.
I don't know. Train's probably traveling at night, and I got a hunch they're going to do a good job of trying to hide it during the day. How good are your coppers at trying to find things in the dark?
Well, naturally, they're a lot better during the day, but they have got searchlights.
If we could figure out the train's destination, we could be waiting for it. Any news on Wu's Canadian address?
No, not yet, but I have a feeling that your WSB connections might have better luck with it.
I got Ramsey working on the computer now. They don't have any record of him having a Canadian home. It's probably put there under an alias.
But your friend, this Anna Devane, she knows about the place, right?
She never actually saw it. She only actually heard Wu mention it once. Now, everything points to the train heading for Canada. We've got to find out where. Listen, have your Canadian troopers been alerted to keeping an eye open for Anna's homing device?
Well, they have, but, it would probably be pretty difficult to pick up the signal from the air.
Yeah, assuming it's still operating, and provided that Donnelly hasn't found it.
Excuse me, Lieutenant Murphy, but there's a telegram from Commissioner Scorpio.
Me?
Yes, sir. It was relayed here by Captain Ramsey in Port Charles.
Thank you. Donnelly.
Donnelly? What does he say?
Back off. I have Holly. Sure.